It's a little odd proportion. And he wears his kilt at his natural waist, not his jeans. It's about an inch shorter in the back than the front. Can a kilt be altered to be longer in the back than the front?
Can a kilt be made longer in the back than the front? If it is a solid color or a utility kilt, sure, to some degree, especially if it is like highly custom. For a tartan kilt, it's much more difficult because think about this. A tartan kilt is a grid, period. No, the lines make a grid on the cloth. It is what, Eric? What is it?
Gridular. Ding, ding,
Exactly.
ding. That was the word for the day. Gridular.
Pee Wee Herman. Yeah. Yes, a tartan kilt is gridular. Therefore, it's going to be noticed back or front if it's longer in the back or it's shorter in the front, whatever. Some guys will have this issue on occasion especially if you are a bigger guy and you have a posterior, you have a rear end. Let's say your belly is 46 and your hips are 48, but you're built like kind of two offset tires where your belly sticks out in the front and your rear end sticks out in the back. The travel, the amount of the length of, from the top to the bottom of the cloth. In the front, it's going to hang straight down. In the back, it has to go down the small of your back, out around the widest part of your rear end, and then down. So the distance in the back is going to be shorter than the distance that the material has to travel in the front. It's an issue. You're dealing with a physics problem. So outside of physically stretching the cloth, which you can't really do, but outside of trying to stretch the cloth, you're not going to be able to get around it. You just have to suck it up and deal with it to a degree. That's not meant to sound like a harsh answer. It's just, it is what it is. Most people, the difference in cloth travel, or the bottom of the edge of the kilt from the front to the back is an inch max. It's generally not too big of a deal for most people. Some people, if you have a real big butt, it could be a little bit more of an issue, but there's not a whole lot to be able to do about it.
I'll give two other thoughts then. I would rather have the kilt be too long than too short. So if you're getting a new kilt, I would take into account it's too short in the back thing and see if you can compensate by getting the kilt made a little longer overall. I'd rather have it hanging down below my knees a bit in the front than having it too high in the back, because I've seen guys who have this problem, and I sympathize. So personally, aesthetically, I'd rather do that. The other thought would be, as long as it's not for formal wear, maybe consider a great kilt. Because with a Fillmore, you can basically do whatever you want. You got plenty of material to play with. Take some practice, but wearing great kilts casually is becoming definitely a thing. So that'd be a way to give yourself a nice elegant tail, as it were.
I would give similar advice, but slightly different. Is I would shoot the gap. Again, if you're talking an inch and a half difference. Let's say I'm 6 foot tall, my length is 24. That hits me, middle of the knee in the front, and it's back of the knee or back of the top of the knee in the back. I might go 24 and a half. So if it's an inch difference, inch and a half difference, I might go a touch long in the front, not too long, but a touch long, and then it would bring the back down a little bit as well. I'd split the difference. So what do you think? Are you a big dude who loves wearing kilts? If so, we got more videos just for you. Check out these videos over here that focus on bigger guys who love wearing kilts.